Hospitality Influencer Show by Raj Hospitality. Our guest of the day is Mr. Ratul Gupta. Welcome to the show, Mr. Ratul Gupta.
Thank you. Honored to be here.
For viewers who want to know about Mr. Ratul Gupta, I just have a small brief about him. Ratul Gupta, a passport from IHM Chennai, was looking for an F&B service job, but then he took as an associate for the housekeeping department when he went to the interview of a Oberoi Rajvilas Hotel. He went on to work with some of the finest hotel chains like ITC, IHCL, Marriott International and Accor when he took charge as an executive housekeeper. Today, he is the DGM of Sula Vineyards, which is a totally different ball game. Let us find out what got him here and what keeps him going. Welcome to the Hospitality Influence Show once again, Mr. Ratul Gupta.
Thank you so much, sir. Pleasure and honor to be here again. And it's really nice that you're given this opportunity to speak. And yes, here we start.
Fine.
So to start, yes.
Yeah, sorry. Ratul, your journey into an hospitality industry, interesting snapshots of memory from childhood till today.
So my childhood was completely different than what I am today. It's completely changed, and I would say it's completely juxtaposed to how I started, being a very shy and reserved boy, studying in Don Bosco School, and I came from a very remote town called Bandil, so which is in Kolkata on the outskirts. Though I was born in Fiji Islands, and from there I was very much into chemistry, and especially I loved organic chemistry. And then I wanted to make a career in chemistry, but then after class 12, I pursued this new journey of hospitality. Primarily because of my grandfather. My grandfather used to deal with shares, and I used to see all the share books of Oberoi's, IHCL, and the other hotels that he had. And their statistics, though I hardly knew at that point of time, actually lured me to take a career in the hospitality industry. So while my friends were actually moving into the joint entrance and the IITs and the Roorkees, I preferred a different road. And I joined up the Institute of Hotel Management, Chennai. And completely from West Bengal, I entered to the land of Sambar and Rasam. And today it's one of my favorites. And I spent quite some time there after my college. I trained in Chola Sheraton, and there I was actually said that that this guy is probably not ready to join the industry, because I was some kind of not that front runner probably. I was more into looking for a back office job, probably something behind the scenario, because I was not that front runner, to be very honest. And from there, my friends were also telling that, Ratul, go to the GE Capitals and other institutions which were coming up at that point of time in 2002 when I passed out the hotel management. I stepped into the Oberoi Rajvilas for an interview, and that was mind-blowing. And everybody has their first love. So if you ask me what's my first love, I would always say the Oberoi Rajvilas. And from there, Oberoi has actually trained me. I was looking for food and beverage service. I was very much into wines at that point of time in 2002 and wanted to be a bartender. But then they took me to housekeeping.
Okay.
And I thought this is an offer that I can't refuse. And I got into Oberoi's, and then from there, the F&B was history, and it was housekeeping.
Okay.
And from Oberoi's, traveling to ITC, then with the Taj, the Marriott's, and there has been the Accor, and finally to the Sula Vineyard. That's been a long journey, very interesting. It's been a roller coaster ride for sure. A lot of difficulties, lot of challenges, but the major part that I would attribute is the learning and the old school of leadership that I'd worked with. So I had been very fortunate, sir, to work with some of the best hospitality managers, and their passion for perfection actually, took me to, move on from 2002 to 18 years, and I'm still in the industry. And I was with Accor as an executive housekeeper. I opened 3 pre-opening hotels as a housekeeper. And then suddenly there was an opportunity to join as a deputy general manager for a resort. And this was completely different ball game. I somehow applied for it, and then I got selected. And once again, I mean, a big thanks to the Sula Vineyards management, especially to my boss, the senior vice president, Mr. Monit Dowle, because initially I struggled, but then his support and guidance right from day one has actually changed my whole world, and the learning is still going on. And I'm very happy to be a part of the Sula Vineyard family.
Superb. Tell us more about your Sula Vineyard. Just describe, because many people do not know there is a property like the Sula Vineyard. For youngsters particularly who are watching, because the location and like the beauty of it.
So Sula is located on the outskirts of Nasik. So it's on the Savargaon area, and Sula has got two beautiful properties resort which I handle, the Swords at Sula and Beyond by Sula. And these properties are very different from other resorts because there is a vineyard attached along with it. And we have a nice tasting room, we have a wine cellar, we have an amphitheater where we used to host huge weddings. Unfortunately, because of COVID, now the restrictions are on, but it's a very, very different concept. It's very local, it's very fresh, it's refreshing, and it's elegant yet informal, I would say. And that what makes the USP of the property. The vineyards are also there in Dindori, which is again 45 kilometers from Sula. But the main showcasing of Sula vineyards is in Nasik. So this is where Mr. Rajiv Samant, who is our CEO, he started in 1998. And from there, the Riesling and the Zinfandel and the Chenin Blanc and the Sauvignon Blanc all started making its way. And under his great leadership, Sula started prospering and today holds a 70% of market share and is, India is one of the largest wine-making companies. Say that Sula is in fact more sustainable than many of the companies in the world in towards winemaking. So they have a lot of sustainable practices. And if anybody wants to visit Sula, I would say please come down, do visit our vineyards, do sip in some wines, and enjoy the freshness and the view, and you would be amazed and you'd be terrific to see in Sula.
How big is the area? Like how many acres of land is the vineyard?
The vineyard land acre is not that, it's like a small small setup here. But it's like we started with 3,000 acres long back in 1998 2000, and now it's almost like more than 18,000 acre of land which is across Maharashtra and Karnataka. So basically the farmers are being basically connected with the winemaking team, and from there they select the grapes, and then the wines are being manufactured across Karnataka mainly, and mostly in Maharashtra, especially in Dindori and in Sula in Nasik.
Fine. What have been your moments of happiness, passion, the challenges working with Sula Vineyard? Maybe the most toughest time, or maybe the most passionate time?
The most passionate time, I would say, I applied for the South Asia Awards ceremony, which is called as Stelliers last year. And to be very honest, I never thought that I would make it, because all the hoteliers had been with their badges of honor and accolades had applied for that award ceremony. And to be very honest, I got shortlisted. So to be one of the finalists for concierge hotelier was something as a blessing of disguise. And I made it to Singapore last year. And though I couldn't make it to the top, I mean, to the winner, it was from the Taj. But obviously, I was the only person who was representing Sula. And, I met all the stalwarts, and I met all the Oberois, the top shot guys of Hyatt, top shots of Marriott, and the Accor. And it was indeed a moment of truth for me to represent Sula there. So that was definitely one moment, I would say, which actually made my journey completely different from what I was in my past 10 years. Otherwise, Sula is a great company to work with. I must share with you that during lockdown, the only company which probably had given opportunity of growth and development is Sula. So when everybody was actually looking for job opportunities, Sula had actually promoted their staff. And that was a great kind of a celebration for all of us, that yes, the hard work gets appreciated.
Yeah.
So everybody was kept with Sula, and we are still working. It's a very nice family. We have an open work culture, an open door policy here. There's a lot of empowerment within the team. I have a lot of empowerment within me, and we go ahead to the extent I can quote examples, where a guest came in and it was raining, and he couldn't see the vineyard. And he was terribly disappointed, and he said, I have come all the way from Mumbai and I can't see the vineyard. And what we did, we got, when he went for a spa, we got out the vineyard into his room. So when he came back, he saw his room is made of, it's a small kind of a vineyard. And this is how the moments of truth that the team creates. So whether it's a birthday occasion, whether it's an anniversary, or probably, the first night, or probably a 50th birthday, or for any occasion, it's the team that creates a difference in Sula, and that is why we're unique and different from our rest of the partners.
Super, very nice. How you feel that the Sula vineyard is different from the French vineyard? I'm sure you'll have heard a lot about from French vineyards. So how do you feel that the difference? Maybe the climate-wise, maybe the difference would be there. Apart from that,
Uh, Climate wise, yes, it's different, and that is probably one major thing that I would attribute to. But it's just like, cooking something that, where I cook something and you cook something in different places, and the tastes are a little different. Weather, of course, it's sure, but India being a subtropical climate, the climate and the soil are different. Yes, we basically follow the advanced world leading technology making of wines, and we reflect both the new wine and the old world wine style. That is how we are not very restricted towards the French technology, which is very little traditional method and little bold. But we are basically flexible. So like we have started opening the Dia, which is basically the wine in a can, which is India's first Sula, which has started with introducing wine in a can. The screw cap concept has also been started by Sula. So otherwise, that removing of that cork, which is like very traditional in most of other world countries, in India we found it's a little easier for anybody to basically educate and inculcate, because it's still on the hard liquor, where probably the Indian team is the Indian group of mindset is more towards that. But our focus is more towards introducing wine to the palate. And we basically, there are more than 35 varieties of wine that we manufacture, and we are looking forward to get everybody here and say that this is good for health. The red wine is even better for health, and for it's like it's good even as a prescription by the doctor as well. So we would all say that sip in some wine and love the enjoy the Sula life.
Fabulous, fabulous. How do you attract customers to your resort, and what are your USP other than your vineyards?
Other than the vineyards, the main USP which I would feel is basically the word of mouth. The resort is completely built in a Tuscan style with cobblestones and nice arched, big ceiling, room ceilings, high ceilings, and archways, and a beautiful setup, which is it's like you once you come down to Nashik from Mumbai, Pune, or Gujarat, you feel you are into a Tuscan world of Italy, which is a small village in Italy. So that is how it is. But if you really ask me, it's the people of Sula who makes the difference, and it's the word of mouth of the guest, because people who come here for one night stay or a 2 night stay goes back and spreads and comes back again. So that's been a USP. We are not so much into basically projecting our property in yes, we do it, not saying no to it, like websites and other social medias, but our key factor is basically our guests. So when a guest comes and an experience that we create during their stay, so that is one of the major USP that I would hold, that Sula is actually doing very well. We have done great business now in October and November, and we are doing looking forward for a great business in December as well. But again, coming back to the point, besides being the fantastic team, the Sula has also got many accolades that Sula has achieved in the last 10 or 15 years. So they launched Kadu, which is basically a wine for a cause, for preservation of the tigers in Karnataka. So that's something which is splendid. They introduced the screw cap concept, which I mentioned. We are one of the most sustainable wineries in the world. So whether it is rainwater harvesting or solar power panels that has been put across in all our guest rooms. So that is something which is very unique. And even the wines that we make from the grape seeds, the seeds are crushed and they're not thrown away. So with that, you make grapeseed cookies as a byproduct, or you also make grapeseed oil, which is very unique. A grapeseed oil is very good in tannins and antioxidants, which no other company has in India. And with this oil, we give a massage, which is like an ultra experienced massage called a Sula grapeseed oil massage. Okay. So these are something which are very unique, and that's the reason why probably our guests come here. And the most important thing to end with is the personal touch. So every guest is connected, and we have an open environment, and it's a small family. So we know that everybody is connecting with each guest, ensuring that their preferences are taken care. That makes a lot of difference.
Fabulous, fabulous. What motivates you to be different from others as a leader, and what are your principles in life as a leader?
I would say it's very simple. It's like keeping things sweet and simple. I say, in every interview that when anyone asks me, I said, whatever you do in life, you have to keep on doing the same thing again and again. So it's just like how Rahul Dravid or Sachin Tendulkar plays. It's like playing the same shot again and again is the hallmark of a great personality. So I'm learning from them. I have a lot of role models who have seen doing the same thing again and again. And if you ask me what motivates me, it's basically the simplicity that I feel that you should keep at work, whether you are with a guest, or you are at work, or you're with your teammates, wherever in the back area or in the front area, the simplicity makes a lot of difference. So if you're simple, if you're honest, it makes a lot of impact. I worked with a general manager long back in Marriott, and a suite room was supposed to be sold, and he asked, and we were thinking the room had two views. One view was facing the nice sea view of Goa. The other view was actually terrible, which was looking the jungle. So we said, what do we do? Which view shall I send to the guest? And the general manager said, send both. And we said, why? Why do you want to send the ugly picture? He said, it's not ugly. You have to be honest, and you have to be, portray the right picture to the guest. Those are great learnings. There are many things that I've learned in life, and it's important that we be transparent and open. And that's what we do here in Sula as well. One of the best companies I've ever worked with in my career of 18 years till now. Very transparent, very open, and that's what keeps me motivating to lead my team up front. And about principles, I can just closely tell about my first love again, the Oberois. If you ask me the spirit of Rajvilas, I can just close my eyes and say that the Rajvilas experience celebrates a gracious lifestyle and provides an environment of genuine care and comfort. We pledge to provide elegant yet informal service in a friendly Rajasthani setting through a warm, relaxed, and refined ambience. Our services will enliven the senses and instill well-being, ensuring every guest lives as an ambassador of experience. This was taught to us every day in and out in Oberoi's, and today I realize why it is so important. And I asked my training manager long back in 2002 that, why you take this every day? He said, Ratul, even if you die or if you close your eyes and somebody wakes you up and says, tell me the spirit of Rajvilas, you can tell it immediately. Yeah. And this is the same concept that I follow in my life. Besides, I have got through a lot of multiple trainings. I have got through the 7 habits of highly effective people. I have been the trainer, but I mean, what really, really motivates me and keeps my principle is basically the spirit of Rajvilas. And also the same spirit is continued by ITC. They have their 10 commitments. There is service basics in Marriott. And I think these are some of the best things that I would recommend everybody to follow. And it's very simple. There is no rocket science, but then we have to follow it every day, day in, day out.
Fantastic. I think I really appreciate, because the way you were talking about Rajvilas, because I'm also an Oberoi product. I started my career with Oberoi for 3 years. So I think that's what I always felt, because the Oberoi product is always different from others, Super.
Very true, sir. Very true.
What are your insights you wish to share with the buddies, leaders from the industry today? A lot of youngsters today at the moment are watching these videos of yours, and how you think that you would like to, the budding leaders or the budding heroes in the hospitality industry, what would your insight you would like to give to them?
I'll have few things to say. I mean, I'm just quoting something which is already quoted earlier. So one thing is, the finest steel passes through the hottest fire. So that the team has to, or the young generation has to understand that. So if you have to, a gem cannot be polished without, going through the hardest, brush. So that's one thing. Impossible is nothing is something that I would again say. Never say die, up man and try. So you might fall down at times, but you don't get disappointed, demotivated. You wake up, every cloud is a silver lining, get up and you walk forward. And the last thing which I quote is, the one thing which is consistent in life is change. So change is something that we have to accept. So the new norm which has come from COVID, I mean, we are still doing well. We were really worried that the COVID will actually stop the industry. Yes, it has impacted us. But when I look back to certain organizations and to Sula, we have bounced back very well. And we are working with a new change, and it's little difficult. There are certain challenges that we are actually facing, but then we are blessed that we have adapted to the new change, the new norm, and we are doing very well. So to the new generation, I would say, never give up. You will have a roller coaster ride in your career, but then keep your focus and move on. And I'm sure by God's grace, you will achieve your target.
Thank you, Ratul Gupta ji. It was a superb talking to you, and I think that recently, I don't think so you look very old, because what's your age?
I'm 41.
I think maybe one of the youngest, I will say I had an interview with one of the most youngest guy. So thank you very much for coming in, and it was really inspiring, and you are so aggressive. So that's what I like on a leader, because it comes from your heart. It is not that you have prepared your interviews at all. It just came in from your heart, and I'm sure that people, youngsters who are watching this show must have definitely got a lot of tips from you, and the passion what you have about wherever you're working. The Oberoi's is amazing, because maybe your Oberoi's you would have worked 10 years before, but still that the light, the fire is in you of those boys. Thank you very much.
Still,
It was superb talking.
thank you. My pleasure, sir. Pleasure to be here. Thank you.